He stood there, frozen, as the officer's smug expression turned into sheer panic. Just moments ago, the cop had been barking orders, treating him like a criminal in front of a crowd of stunned onlookers. But then, a single phone call changed everything. Faces paled, whispers spread, and the officer's career unraveled in real time. What happened next shocked everyone who witnessed it, but let's start from the beginning. The bustling terminal of JFK Airport was filled with travelers rushing to catch their flights. Among them was Marcus Caldwell, a sharply dressed black man in his early 40s, carrying nothing but a sleek leather briefcase. He had just finished an important business trip in New York and was heading back home to Los Angeles. His presence was commanding, tall, well-built, and exuding quiet confidence. As he walked towards the security checkpoint, a voice cut through the noise. "Hey, you! Step aside!" Marcus turned to see Officer Brian Whitaker, a stocky, middle-aged white cop with a buzz cut and an unmistakable air of authority. His uniform was neatly pressed, but his expression was anything but professional. It was full of unwarranted suspicion. "Excuse me?" Marcus asked, raising an eyebrow. He had flown countless times before and had never been singled out like this. "I said step aside. We need to do a random security check." Whitaker's tone was anything but polite. Marcus sighed but complied, knowing better than to escalate a situation like this. As he stepped to the side, Whitaker roughly grabbed his briefcase. "You traveling alone? Where are you coming from?" "Yes, I'm traveling alone. I was in New York for business. Now I'm heading home." Whitaker scoffed. "Business, huh? What kind of business?" Marcus kept his composure, but irritation crept into his voice. "Real estate. I own a few properties." Whitaker smirked. "Is that right? And how exactly did you get the money for that, huh?" Marcus stiffened. There it was. The microaggression disguised as a question. A familiar insinuation, one he had faced countless times in different forms. Passengers around them began to slow down, sensing the tension. A young woman pulled out her phone, subtly recording the interaction. Whitaker, unaware of the growing audience, continued. "What's in the briefcase?" "Just documents and my laptop." Whitaker snatched the case from him, opening it without permission. Papers spilled onto the floor. Inside were contracts, property deeds, and legal documents with Marcus Caldwell, CEO, printed in bold letters. The officer's expression twisted slightly, but he quickly masked it with a sneer. "You some kind of lawyer?" Marcus bent down, calmly collecting his papers. "No, I'm your worst nightmare, an innocent man who knows his rights." Whitaker's jaw clenched. Something about Marcus's calm defiance set him off. "You giving me attitude?" he snapped, stepping closer, his chest puffed out. Marcus took a deep breath, trying to de-escalate. "Officer, I'm just trying to get to my flight. If there's a real issue, let's handle it professionally." But Whitaker wasn't interested in professionalism. "Put your hands on the wall, now!" The words rang through the terminal, catching the attention of even more travelers. A mother clutched her child's hand tighter. An elderly couple whispered to each other. More phones came out, capturing the unfolding scene. Marcus's nostrils flared, but he refused to be bullied. "On what grounds?" "Suspicious behavior," Whitaker said smugly. "What behavior? Existing?" Marcus shot back. Whitaker stepped forward aggressively. "I said, hands on the wall!" Before Marcus could respond, another voice interrupted. "Excuse me, what's going on here?" A tall, authoritative black man in a navy suit approached. The airport director. His gold name badge read Richard Gaines. His gaze was sharp, assessing the situation in an instant. Whitaker turned, slightly caught off guard. "Sir, I'm handling a security matter." "By unlawfully harassing a traveler?" Gaines cut in sharply. "Do you have probable cause? Any illegal substances, weapons, threats?" Whitaker hesitated, but his ego wouldn't let him back down. He was acting suspicious. Gaines raised an eyebrow. Suspicious? Or black? A murmur rippled through the crowd. Whitaker's face reddened. Marcus, still composed, took out his phone and held it up. Would you like me to call my lawyer now or after you apologize? Whitaker faltered. The tide was turning against him. The next moments unfolded like a courtroom drama in real time. Gaines crossed his arms. Officer, what's your badge number? I need to report this incident. Whitaker straightened his back. Sir, I was just following procedure. I know procedure. And this? This isn't it. Gaines gestured toward the onlookers with their cameras rolling. The department will see every second of this footage. Marcus smirked, shaking his head. I'll also be forwarding this to my lawyer, maybe even the press. Whitaker's face went pale. Now wait a second. Before he could finish, 2 senior officers approached. Officer Whitaker, one of them said in a low voice, you're relieved of duty. Turn in your badge and firearm. The entire terminal went silent. Whitaker's eyes widened in horror. Wait, what? I was doing my job. No, you were racially profiling an innocent man, Gaines corrected. And now your career is over. Whitaker stammered, but the decision had been made. As he was escorted away, whispers turned into applause. Marcus exhaled deeply, turning to Gaines. Thank you. Gaines shook his head. You shouldn't have had to go through that, but I won't let it slide. Marcus gave him a firm nod, then grabbed his briefcase and walked toward his gate. The once tense terminal had transformed. Whispers of justice served filled the air. As Marcus boarded his flight, he checked his phone. The video was already going viral. The caption? Racist cop harasses black CEO at airport, gets fired on the spot. Justice had been served, this time in real time.